friends! My name is Shayla and today I'm here to wrap up the reading month of October for you. Sorry, I'm just trying to get to my list of things that I've read so that we can just jump into this and get going. Excuse me, feline. That's my tripod. Good thing you're cute. Sorry about that, guys. Let's go ahead and dig right in here. So let's talk about manga here for a second. I kind of went on a manga binge and I read volumes 2 through 5 of Fruits Basket. As you guys know, I'm really enjoying reading Fruits Basket. It is probably my new favorite manga. I mean, as much as I love fairy tale, Fruits Basket is just special. The anime ends at a really awkward point and it's super rushed. So if you continue reading on, I feel like it's a much fuller, much richer story. And you actually get to meet all the members of the Zodiac if you continue on in the manga. So if you enjoyed the majority of the anime, but you didn't like how the anime ended, that's because it was rushed because they caught up with the manga. So go ahead, read the manga. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I gave each of them anywhere between 4 and 5 stars. I'm really thoroughly enjoying it, and I'm actually currently reading volume 6, so there you go. Next up is an audiobook that I read this last month, and that is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. I finally got around to reading this, and I have to tell you, the narrator for this audiobook is fan-freaking-tastic. I really think that I enjoyed this book as much as I did because of the narrator. So if you've tried to get into this book before and haven't really been able to, I strongly suggest checking out the audiobook and trying it that way, because I think your enjoyment level might increase with it. Because I feel like the narrator did a really good job of making sure Quoth was an unreliable narrator and all those kind of things where it was beautiful and fantastic, and I adored it. The other book that was an audiobook this month while I'm at it was A Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. I did these 2 audiobooks this month. I really enjoyed the narrator also for Poison Study. I'm currently doing Magic Study as my audiobook right now, and I'm really enjoying the series so far. I can understand why this is such a beloved series here on BookTube now, because I'm finally getting it. So I think I'll end up ordering the whole set of these books eventually, but right now I'm really enjoying the audiobook, so I'm going to keep going that way with it. Next up is a book that I received in my Go Indie Now box this last month in September, and that is The Surrendered by Case Maynard. This is a dystopian book in which children were surrendered so that as a form of tax, so that the parents could continue to live as they wanted, and just the whole concept of it was really interesting and intriguing to me. I ended up giving this book 4 stars. Again, it's one that I enjoyed. I do recommend picking it up, and I love supporting indie authors, so please go and support this. The next one is the buddy read that April, Sarah, and I did in the month of October, and that is Blameless by GAIL CARRIGER. This is the 3rd book in the Parasol Protectorate series. Her and I have slowly been buddy reading this series together. We both agreed that it's better than book 2, but not as good as book 1, so it falls somewhere in the middle. We both like where it ended and where it's headed, so we do plan on continuing on with the series. Next up, I finally read A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. I have to tell you, this broke my heart in so many ways. It was a great read for October, especially the illustrated edition, so that you can just enjoy the spooky creepiness of the illustrations within the novel. I thought it was fantastic. Highly recommend. 5 stars. Made me cry. I thought it was wonderful. Next up, I read Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. Originally, I was going to be doing a full book talk about this, but I decided to not. There's enough of them out there that you guys don't really need to hear what I have to say beyond this. It fell somewhere in the middle for me. It was about 3 stars. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I did feel like it was unnecessary. I don't feel like it added to the original series at all. The play format didn't bother me at all. I can see that the writing is not J.K. Rowling. Scorpius was the best thing about the whole book, and that's about all I have to say about it. Next up is The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. This book is a World War II historical fiction taking place in France, where we're seeing the perspective of 2 sisters. One is the Nightingale. She works for the French resistance in fighting the Nazis, And the other is her sister, who is married, her husband is off at war, and this Nazi soldier has kind of invaded her home, and she doesn't have a choice about it. So it's about the different decisions these two sisters make and the consequences of all of that. I do think it's good. I do think you should go and check it out. All right, last but not least is Emerge by Toby Easton. I ended up giving this book 4.5 stars. This is a really fun mermaid book. I liked the perspective they took on mermaids and the mermaid culture. You know, they made the Little Mermaid out to be kind of the villain in the story, in a sense, as in she made a bad decision and that resulted in a curse on the mer people where they're not immortal anymore. And so it was a really interesting take on the whole lore of mer people. And so I do highly recommend checking out the series. I'm excited for book 2 whenever that comes out. If you have not read Emerge yet, I do recommend it. It's about 300 pages long. It's a quick read. It's a one-sitting read for sure. And I think you guys will enjoy it. So I know I blitzed through this really quick. You know, I spent most of the month reading manga, so what I have read is not too much. I have 3 books that I'm currently reading. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys soon in my next one. I hope you enjoyed my nonfiction November video. You can get a good sense of what I'll read from that, and I will be reading some others, and I'll see you in my wrap-up that way. I'm starting to ramble now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.